Welcome back to the Big Sports Breakfast with TK and Loz. It's 24 minutes past 8 o'clock. Now, Terry.
Yes, mate.
We have the lovely Jaimee Rogers in the studio.
It's a bit of a
us.
thrill for us.
Always a thrill when Jaimee comes in for the 5 burning questions. Good morning, Jaimee.
Good morning, guys. We've got plenty to talk about this morning. It was actually hard just to find 5 because there were so many other questions I wanted to ask you guys, but we've managed to narrow it down to 5.
Well, we love this game. We love playing it. I give you the truthful answer. TK dances around things as usual, but I will be at your beck and call.
All right, guys. Well, we'll start off with the Tigers. They're 2 from 2. They've had a terrific start to the season. Ladder leaders. Are they the real deal?
Not yet. Not yet. I think they need to prove themselves against high-quality opposition. I think in the first round, Manly, weren't great. And last week against the Warriors, they capitulated. They gave up. Until I see the West Tigers against an opposition that I think is worthy of a top 8 position, I will reserve my judgment. But at the moment, I wouldn't say they're the real deal. I'd say they're a work in progress.
They won't make the 8.
They won't make the 8?
No.
Jeez.
That is a bold declaration.
That is a good declaration.
Not really. They won 5 of their last 6 last year and didn't make the 8.
It doesn't mean anything last year compared to this year. Do you
won't.
think they're playing better football
They
this
won't
year?
make the 8.
Fair enough. That's your opinion. We welcome yours.
Will they? Are they in your 8?
As I just said, TK. They're not in my 8.
Right.
But I'll reserve my judgment until I see them play a top 8 team.
It has been nice seeing players like Robbie Farah and Benji Marshall, whose careers were on the decline, coming out playing. They've been 2 of the best players.
Well, that's what I
on the
mean.
field.
Like those guys, their best football's behind them, yet they're still playing well against the Warriors and the likes of Manly.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of an issue and a bit of a concern. But I mean, you can only play who's in front of you, and that's what they're doing at the moment. But I mean, they've got to back it up again this week against the
Well, they
Bulldogs.
win this weekend against the
Well,
Bulldogs.
you'd think they would.
Yeah, well, you'd think so.
All right, so war of words. So Ewan Aiken was asked at the airport how his team can get the better of the Broncos, and he responded with, when they're under pressure, especially their halves, crack. Is he on the money? I feel like he's made life a little bit more difficult for the Dragons.
No, he's
with
on the
that.
money. I think exactly like you, and I think it's been proven. Nicarima and Milford, and to some degree when Ben Hunt was there, they never delivered when the big moment arrived. And under pressure, they failed to come up with the important plays, and that's why you have your halves there to do that. So I think he's correct.
I find it very hard to argue against him on this particular occasion. Nicarima hasn't quite reached the levels everybody thought, and Milford on $1 million contract is just a running 5'8". He hasn't quite, maybe he's even a fullback, Milford.
Not fit enough.
So, I can't disagree with you and Aitken there.
All right, boys, over to Nick Kyrgios. Now, he's obviously never short of a headline, but he has sparked debate this week with the use of the underarm serve. But Judy Murray has come out and referred to him as a genius for using that method, and she said she's surprised that more players don't do it. We never really hear the word genius associated with Nick Kyrgios. Is this a fair comment?
The word genius and Nick Kyrios. No, I don't think so. I know it's in the rules of tennis. I think it's for the weekend hackers, isn't it? To try and get your second serve, and if possible, you thunder away with the big first serve, don't you? Then you've got that little pop gun second serve. You try and get over the net. I don't think it's genius at all. I think he takes the piss out of the game way too much for me. Nick Kyrgios, the genius.
George is his brother.
The genius, Nick Kyrgios. No, it's not for me.
It's not for me either. Look, if you're a professional tennis player, you're out there to win, and you need to be serving as best you possibly can. It might be in the rules, but they need to get rid of it.
I guess this has sparked like what we saw in the cricket with Ravi Ashwin did something similar as well, where it goes against the rules of the game or the spirit of the game.
Yep.
All right, the autumn sun. So with Reduced Choice passing away, has the door now opened up that we'll see the autumn sun?
Beautiful, the breeding barn dawn.
Yeah, is it
it has to go to the breeding barn.
Goes to stud.
Think he'll go to stud?
There's too much money at risk.
Even though Waller
stake.
thinks he's not quite mature enough. And with the Golden Eagle
not Chris's horse.
True. That is true.
And there's more money in the breeding side of it than winning an Everest and winning a Golden Eagle.
And Masara said they're 50-50, so we'll have to watch this space.
Yeah, no, I think if I'm owning the autumn sun and I had a vote, I'd be saying
Off to the barn for you.
Off to the barn.
you're retired.
So the AFL this week has announced a mid-season draft for the first time in 25 years. First of all, do you think this is a good idea for the code? And then maybe not a draft for the NRL, but more look at sort of a transfer window like what you see in the NBA?
I like it. I think anytime you can have a system where players can change mid-season, whether you've got teams that are struggling with injuries, they can pick up players. Whether you've got players that are disgruntled at their club, whether you've got salary cap issues, I think it's a good way to alleviate those problems, and I think it adds a bit more excitement to the competition to see what your club may do mid-season.
We have a weekly draft in the National Rugby League where you could be with one side on Monday morning and by Monday afternoon you're going to be training with a different side. And it gives us many, many minutes and half hours and days to talk about and speculate about it on the Big Sports Breakfast. I'm with it the way it is because managers will only abuse the draft anyway. All the deals will already be done anyway. So it's just the same. It just makes it look a little bit more pretty.
Yeah, but you've got a 2-week period where that's where everything gets done. I think it adds a
the
little bit
deals are
more
done
colour.
before then.
Yeah, but if you've got a 2-week window where it can happen, I think it takes this innuendo out of and the speculation of this deal has already been done.
So we speculate for the 6 months leading up to the 2-week draft, and then we say the deal's done, just like we've told you for the last 6 months.
Exactly right.
Right, that makes sense. Thank you,
There
Jaimee.
you go. Thanks, guys.
What did we solve there?
What did we solve? We solved the burning question.
Oh, good response. 8:30.